Hi, my name is Sai Shahi, and I'm from D1AM1101A. So today I'm going to be presenting for an for a case study, MAT112, which is chapter 3 and 4, titled Compounded Interest and Annuity. So our group has been assigned to do set 1. And next, these are my team members, which this is me, Sai Shahi, and this is Ahmad Adib Darwish, and alongside Muhammad Alif. And we shall proceed to our case studies. So for introduction of compound interest is the interest calculated on both original or principal value and on the accumulated past interest. This is the main difference between compound and simple interest. When we borrow money from the bank, we pay the interest. If you want to know how much interest you will earn on investment on how much you will pay above the cost of the principal amount of loan, we will need to understand how compound interest work. So for case study 1, 20 marks. For bracket A, how much of her prize money did Maria initially invest? So how to solve this? First of all, we need to list down the information that's been given. First is K 0.0235, M12, P 300,000, S 250, T7. Secondly, whatever to start with compound interest, we need to have our I and M. So I equals to K over M, which is 0.0235 over 12, and N equals to MT, 12 with 7. We got 84. So they need initially invest. So we need to use the formula S equals to P bracket 1 plus I bracket power of N. And you could get the answer for P, which is 198,276.57 ringgit. Next is for B. What was the accumulated interest over the 7-year period? 2 marks. So interest is S minus P. So we just wrote the formula S minus P equals to I, and you will get the answer 52317.94. And then for C, how long did it take for Maria to earn 300,000 ringgit from her initial investment? 6 marks. So list down information. S is 300,000, P 198,276.57, I is 0.0235 over 12. And then we need to use the formula of S equals to P bracket 1 plus I bracket N, because we need the T. We need to find the T from the N equals to MT. So we just list down the formula that is being given into the formula, just substitute down. And then when it comes to power, we need to use log. And then you get the final answer, T 12.38. And lastly, for D, what nominal rate compounded quarterly would result in the 5 years period to earn 300,000 ringgit? Hence, find the periodic rate of the investment, 7 marks. So as usual, we need to list down the information that's been given. T equals to 5, M4, P 198,276.57, and S is 300,000. And we need to find the new N because it's a different year, as you see in the question. N equals to MT, 4, subtract to 5, we got 20. And then we need to find I, which is periodic rate is I, and nominal rate is K. Both of them have their names, and we need to identify them. So S equals to P bracket 1 plus I bracket N. We just apply the information that's been given in the substitute, and you just do the algebra, and lastly you will get periodic rate I equals to 2.092%. It must be in 4 decimal places as well, as a lot of students always make mistakes. On the percentage, it needs 4 decimal places. So we already have our I. So as you guys know, I is equals to K over M. We still have no K, which is nominal rate. We just apply the 2.092 on I and 4 on the M, and we can get nominal rate K, which is 8.368%. So for conclusion for chapter 3, which emphasizes its role as a powerful wealth building tool, showing how interest earn interest to create exponential growth for savings and investments, while also highlighting the flip side that it accelerates debt if not managed, making understanding its formulas and frequency, which is daily, monthly, annually, crucial for effective financial planning and achieving long-term goals like retirement. So for introduction, for chapter 4, annuity. An annuity is a series of equal payments made equal interval of time. The example of annuity is a short rental insurance policy, installment payment, and more. In each case, equal payments are deposited or paid periodically over time. Financial consultants use annuity calculation to advise people on the investment, and the property agent uses annuity calculation to estimate the repayments of housing and car loans.
Question 1. Vidya deposit Rm 15,000 ringgit in an account that pays 5% compounded quarterly. 5 years later, she withdrew all her saving to pay a down payment on the purchase of a shop lot costing Rm 150,000. The balance is to be settled through equal monthly payment for the next 8 years at an interest rate of 6.5% compounded monthly. Calculate the value of the monthly payment. Question 1 is asked about the value of the monthly payment should Vidya pay. First of all, we must label all the information given, so which is used compound interest formula, which s equal to p bracket 1 plus I bracket n. So we just fill the formula with the amount given. S equal to 15,000 bracket 1 plus 0.05 per 4 bracket 20. So as we got 19,230 ringgit and 50 cent ringgit. The amount after withdrawal is 130,769 and 44 cent ringgit. To find that, you must use 150,000 minus 90,230 and 44 cent. After that, we are going to be using the present value formula, which is A equal to R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I bracket power of negative n. Bracket divided by I. Bracket A is 130,769 and 44 cent. I is a 0.065 per 12 and is negative 96. So the answer is 1,750 ringgit and 51 cent ringgit.
Hazel planned to purchase an apartment that cost 158,000. He had to pay a 10% down payment. If he deposit 1,178 for 4 cent every month in an account that pay interest of 8% compounded quarterly to cover the down payment, how many payment would he make? So first step is such an amount of payment he had to pay of power n, which is 10% for 100 multiply 158,000. So from the multiply, the amount down payment he should pay is 50,800. So next step is using annuity future value formula, which is S equal R bracket 1 plus I power n minus 1 per I bracket. So enter the amount into the formula and calculate it using log because to get power n. So the answer of power n is 12. Question 2b. Izu took a loan to pay the balance of the cost of the apartment. The loan was for 20 years and was to be paid monthly at 6% compounded monthly rate. B1 is find the monthly payment for the loan. So to answer question B1 is calculate the amount without 10% down payment using 90% per 100 multiply 158,000. So the answer we get from multiply is 142,100. Next step is using formula present value, which is A equal to R bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I bracket negative power n per I bracket. So enter the amount into the formula and calculate to get R or monthly payment. So the answer is 960 and 20 cent ringgit. Question 2b. If Izol missed his 5-month payment, how much should he pay on his 6th payment? To answer question B2 is using from answer to B1, which is 960 and 20 cent ringgit. The formula to calculate this question is S equal R bracket 1 plus I power n minus 1 per I bracket. After that, enter amount into formula, but power n using 6 because he missed the 5-month payment. So the answer is 5,566 and 37 ringgit should he pay on his 6th payment.
So conclusion, after an equal interval of time, there is a series of cash flow that will occur, and that's called an annuity. Knowing the interest rate and the number of periods is very important. How often the payment is made reflects the rate per period and number of periods. So that is all from us. Bye bye.